So my general strategy for Warsong Gulch is I'll send my whole team mid, and they basically play defense and control mid. You got 9 people up here. Let me rephrase that. You got 8 people here, and all you do is play defense. Like, you could play defense up here, but it's better to play forward. It's better to play your defense forward and cut them off. See, if you're mid, the enemy flag carrier is going to respawn. He's going to try to go this way most times, and that's why you want mid. Whenever you're fighting a good team, you want to identify who their flag carrier is, because as I will explain, the flag carrier can do a lot. So myself, I'm a flag carrier. I consider myself pretty good, and being a flag carrier, I know what can mess me up a lot. So myself, I feel like I can single-handedly win or help aid in Warsong Gulch games by a whole lot, being a flag carrier, just because I'm good. But let's say you have a good enemy flag carrier right here. If he's doing really good and you're getting beat, you might want to identify to lock down that enemy flag carrier. It is okay to pick one guy and lock him down. If they have one guy flag carrying every time, all the time, and he's really good and he always gets away from you, you can lock that character down. So lock down the enemy flag carrier. Sometimes I'll call for this. You can lock him down. That means whenever he spawns, whenever he's targeted, immediately go kill him, because that's very important. Killing their EFC. That's a little caveat I'll add into my RBGs whenever there's a really good FC, but let's assume that there's not. So back to the strategy. I send 8 mid, and then myself, I take the quickest path this way, and I take ramp, and I go this way. I'm gonna always make sure that I have either one crowd controller or a healer with me. You want either a crowd controller or a healer with the flag carrier in this scenario, in this strategy, because the flag carrier can't grab the flag all by himself, but he can do it with another person and take it all the way back out this way. Now, I always recommend going with the flag. It's subjective, but I always recommend going ramp, because when you go ramp, you know, tunnel, it's constricted. You can get fucked in tunnel with LOS and with slow moving speed. With ramp, it's much more open and there's much more space for you to move to. As well as if you're exiting this way and you got some horde over here by the ramp, if you're lucky, you can go straight through their graveyard and meet your group that'll be maybe on the right side. It also depends which side your team is mostly on. As well as if you're a flag carrier, make sure you're running to your team. Make sure you run straight to them wherever they are mid, because they're going to help you. You don't want to be solo running up the left-hand side while your team is all the way farming on the horde graveyard, because you're going to get soloed by some rogue or something that manages to slip out of here. So make sure you run straight to your team once you get out of there. So to reiterate, flag carrier and a CC or a healer, they go get flagged. They should be able to do it themselves. If the other team is doing if the other team is not doing a strategy similar to this, if they're doing a death ball strategy, you got to switch it up. So to summarize this one, you put 8 mid, they control mid, they play defense up front, they lock down the EFC if they need to, and the CC'er and the flag carrier go get flag and bring it up and back. Now, if the enemy team is doing the death ball strat, you're going to want to do it too. So let's say we got a mob of 10 horde coming up mid, and they want to go inside our flag room and all the way out as a death ball, all in one group. If they're doing that, they're gonna beat you in any scenario unless you have even numbers. 10 guys are gonna beat 8 people, they're gonna beat 7 people, they're gonna beat 5. No matter how many send mid, they're gonna be destroyed by the death ball. So if the other team is doing a death ball strat, you do it as well. You mark the flag carrier or the healer, and you follow them and you death ball on them, and you're very conscious about where all your teammates are. Make sure not to overextend. And so what you're gonna do is, the ideal strategy if they're death balling is to death ball yourself, and then you both meet up middle and you clash, and whichever team wins. That's the death ball strategy. That's how you counter a death ball. Just death ball, and you got to be better, and that's how you'll beat a death ball strat. Now, say for example you were doing the strat where you send 8 mid and you send 2 to the flag. Let's say for example The horde grabs our flag and they bring it to their place, and we grab their flag and we bring it to our place, and then we're caught in a stalemate. In the stalemate situation where both teams have the flag carrier in their base, what do we do? Well, what you don't want to do is have 5 people sitting on defense and 5 people going on offense. That is not going to work. That's not, I mean, it does work sometimes, but that is not the ideal scenario. There's 2 things you can do in this situation. If you have a really good flag carrier and a really good flag carrier healer or a CC'er, these guys can run around and try to stall for as long as they can. Stall and stay alive as long as possible. Their job is to buy the rest of the 8 team members enough time to kill this guy. It's a race against time. As long as you kill this guy before they kill yours, you're in the clear. It's either both flags go down or you get the point. That's what I would do in that situation. Now, I would not send 5 and 5 because they're gonna equalize. They're gonna equal or overtake your defenders, and you're gonna lose the flag, and you're not gonna be able to kill their guy.